Hello everyone and welcome to Kerbal Space Program. I have played this game off and on since way back when it was free, but lately I was reading rereading the El Dasani series, which has a lot of rocketry and stuff in it, and it made me want to play this game. As I've not played it in a while, when I went to look at what the recent changes were, I was pleasantly surprised by the early implementation of career mode. I had been kind of wondering how they were going to pull that off, but I think they did a fantastic job. It obviously still needs fleshed out and some tweaks here and there, but conceptually it is a very good thing. There are also a number of mods, far more than there were last time I played this, and I've looked around and added a few of them based on various recommendations. Many of these mods I've not played at all. I've used some of the user interface mods, but the ones that actually add parts I haven't really done anything with, so that should cause hilarious accidents and deplete the population of Kerbin. So we're going to start a new game. We will call this. Obviously caps lock is on because that's just how it is. And I can't spell as usual. I've added my own flag here. Or a couple of flags. So again, career mode. And one of the mods I've added is the KSP Interstellar. So we're going to be using that. Is there anything else? If you have not played this game, I will try to cover the basics really quickly. But here is our tech tree. We need science to unlock new stuff, to build better rockets, to get more science. Not a particularly new concept, but they do a pretty good job of implementing this. We have our astronauts tracking station, the space plane hangar place, whatever it's called, and the vehicle assembly building. This is where we build our rockets. I don't need that right now. So right now, since we just started, we don't really have much in the way of stuff we can put on a rocket, but we're going to plop that down. One of the mods I have installed is Kerbal Flight Engineer Redux, and if we plop this on here, it'll give us some more data about our rocket, though we need an engine to do that. So important thing is delta V. That is based on the ISP of the rocket, the mass of the rocket before and after the stage. Since we only have one stage, not much numbers there. The ISP has in the atmosphere and in vacuum. Solid rocket boosters are not very good with ISP, but ISP is basically how fuel efficient your rocket is, or how fuel efficient that particular motor is. And delta V is just a measure of the change in velocity that you get from that stage or that engine or whatever you want to have it set up as. We have thrust to weight ratio in Kerbin. We can change that to be thrust to weight ratio moon or whatever, which basically you need a thrust to weight ratio greater than 1 if you want to go anywhere. Ideally around 2.2, though I have the Ferrum Aerospace something another like that changes the way the game models aerodynamics, because the game uses by default a fairly simplified method, but this one makes the shape and stuff matter, which doesn't in the normal game, and that makes it a little different when we're calculating our delta V, and we have to worry about we don't have things that will spin out of control, and this is probably going to cause me to die a whole lot of times because I've never played with that mod before. But we can turn it off and turn it on, and it will tell us stuff about our thing that I don't really know what it says, but it doesn't really matter because our rocket doesn't have any control. It's mostly just we light it and see what happens. Let's turn that off. We'll plop down our engine. We don't want that to deploy at the same time as the parachute because that would not be a good idea. We can compact that. And I don't need to rename this because it's not really worth naming. We will launch. And of course we want to get as much science as possible. So let's do a crew report from here. We will keep that data. We will do an EVA from EVA report. Keep that data. We're going to take data and then store the data so that we can get another crew report. If we had something to stand on, we could get a sample, but we don't. So board the vessel. Yeah, we can do another crew report now. We will then press spacebar to launch, turn on the SAS, do another crew report, keep data. Do not try to get out while your vessel is under thrust of any type. Whoa, and there goes the aerodynamic stuff. That doesn't, we cannot change this at all. We are plummeting. Okay, now I can turn it. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Maybe you can do it. You have a good chance of doing it. Oh God, you're going to die, aren't you? Quickly. Okay. We are going rather fast. Not in a straight line or anything. Let's get out the parachute and slow us down. Okay, that did not go how I was expecting. I don't know why we... Was I off center or something? Does this create drag? It must create drag. I bet that's what it is. It's not supposed to have drag, but the Ferrum Aerospace thing changes how it works, so naturally it's probably going to add a little bit of drag. And that's probably what made us go over to the side, I suspect. Okay, we'll just speed this up. We're waiting for our parachute to deploy so that we can hop out. We don't want to be outside when that parachute yanks everything. So can we get another crew report? We have a few seconds, so maybe we'll try it. EVA report. Take data, keep data, store experiments. Board real quick. Come on board. Ooh, that was close. Now we can do another crew report. Hey, over the grasslands. Keep data. I wanted to get over the water, but I was too slow. Speed it back up. Parachute should deploy right about now. And... crap. Well, we were doing that wrong. Darn it. Let's revert to launch. We have to start all over because we were accelerating when the parachute deployed, which, as usual, causes some bugs. Let's actually revert to vehicle assembly and see if that is actually the cause of our issues. We'll see what happens when this goes. SAS. Crew report. Keep data. EVA. EVA report. Keep data. Take data. Store data. Launch data. Another crew report. Keep data. Okay, yeah, so that apparently was the issue. So we're going to try to angle it out over the water, I think. Which is this way. We are going really fast to get heat effects. What is our speed? What is our apparatus? Yeah, we're actually going to go into suborbital. That's pretty impressive. So quickly, EVA report. Take the data, keep the data, store experiments, F-board, another crew report, keep the data. Where was that? You stored data, was that from the upper atmosphere? Yes, okay. Once we get into space, which we should be now, so we can EVA again. EVA report. Keep the data. Take it. Store it. You can do a crew report again from space. Keep data. We're going to get all kinds of science from this. We should. Let's accelerate till we get close to the apoapsis. A little bit faster and see if this qualifies as space high over Kerbal. I think that's going to be as good as we're going to get. So quickly, EVA report. Okay, that's weird. Board anyway. I guess it's because we're on an orbital trajectory into the thingies. Crew report. Whoops, I forgot to do that. Take the data. Store the data. And now then, crew report. Space near Kerbal. We'll EVA again to grab that just so that we can have it. Because I think we duplicated that. Yeah. Dump experiments. So we're not in orbit, so it doesn't count as space high over, I think. So let's decelerate while we plummet to the Earth. Or something like that. Are we still in? Yeah, I don't want to get out at this altitude. Okay, I will accelerate again. And naturally, we're plummeting to our death. But Jedediah doesn't really care. Death is afraid of him. I think we need to deploy the parachute. Ooh. Okay, that did not work. I don't know what happened. That was supposed to work. It's worked before. Obviously, I do not know how to use these mods. I guess I need to go angled over quickly so that I don't, like, enter the atmosphere at a zillion miles an hour. We'll go north. I think that will be good. Yeah, let's do that. Let me do all these EVA reports and I will be right back. Okay, here we are again with hopefully enough of a slope to keep us from plummeting in the Earth at the speed of sound. And I don't care what Jedediah says, I did not repeatedly crash the rocket into the ground 6 more times. He is a liar. I totally did not do that at all. Let's see if we can maybe slow ourselves down by, I don't know, giving ourselves a wider profile. I'm not sure if our SAS is up to the challenge. We're too aerodynamic. I need to be less aerodynamic, much less aerodynamic, quickly less aerodynamic. Oh, this is not good. I should not have done that. Please don't die. Pretty please. Come on. Oh, we're slowing down. We're slowing down. We might make it. Slowing. Come on. You can do it. Come on, Jedediah. You know how to do this. You've flown worse craft before. I know you have. Alright. Our chute deployed. Thank goodness. Now would be a nice time to have that engineering thing on so I could see how far the ground actually is. What I can do is press, I think, C. Let's see, our radar altitude there. So we'll just speed it up until we get about 50 meters. And then we'll slow it back down. In fact, why don't we... Oops. I'm not going to make it in time. I cannot get out. Okay, excellent. Now then, let's do a EVA. Let's see, EVA report. I've already got that one. So we will let go. We're going to take a surface sample. Another EVA report. Take data. Let's hop in. Then we'll do another crew report. Keep that data and let's see what all we get. We can recover the vessel now. And hopefully we'll get something that will allow us to live a little bit longer. 50 whole science. That is a lot of science. Especially when we only need 5 for the next stage. 50 whole science. Yay, science. So we're going to get... So basically how the tech tree is split up is very generally there's bigger rocket stuff up in this upper third. There's sciencey stuff down in this lower third, and this middle third is mostly devoted towards planes and stuff. Ooh. These would be good. Radial decouplers. Parachutes would also be nice. But I think we need those more. Let's see, what else do we have? We don't have enough science for that anyway. But what does that give us? Struts. Struts are really good. Bigger rockets, of course, are always good. I think with the stuff we already have, we can... I think we'll do this. It has 390 specific impulse. This has 370 in vacuum. So I think this will be good for getting into orbit. And there's of course more science stuff down here that will help us. Yeah, like right here's some sciencey stuff. Now then, let's close. And going to build another rocket really fast. This is taking a bit longer than I was expecting. But now that we have decouplers, we can decouple. So we don't have that horrible thing with us plummeting to our death. Obviously not a good thing. Let's see, these are not great, but these have throttle control, which is great. Let's get rid of that. Let's go to our flight engineer thingy. That should have low profile enough that we don't have to worry about it. We'll give this a little engine. This will be our upper stage for trying to get up to orbit. So we can be the first Kerbal to orbit the whatevers. Might not even need something that complicated. Are you using atmosphere? Yes, okay. Do this. Thrust to weight ratio is not good. But that doesn't matter in space. That is not enough to get us into space. What if we added some of these solid fuel boosters? Like 4 of them, because we know how great they are. Okay, that's going to scare us because we have everything all messed up. Right, so you come here and there. Just make sure all of our stuff is lined up correctly. That looks fine. Now then, we have a thrust to weight ratio of 5, which is far too high. But we probably have enough thrust to get into orbit. It's going to be a little bit close. Maybe I should stick one more fuel tank here. Or I could stick another one there. But I think having... We'll do half a tank. Thrust to weight. It's going to be close, but we'll see how that works. Let's launch. Oh crap, I forgot to... Let's go back to the vehicle assembly. I forgot to add the new science. We have science to do. Vert flight to the vehicle assembly. How could I ever forget the science? New science. Put 2 there. And we need to recover these. And we need to have a number of them. I'm going to go with 4, and hopefully this doesn't mess up my aerodynamic profile too much. But given that my aerodynamic profile was not that great to start with, I'm not sure we can mess it up too much. Give us some nose cones. Some winglets. Yes, winglets would be really good now. I'll actually put the winglets here. We'll make them tri-winglets. And that's going to clip through that, so maybe we should make them 4. That should help keep us stable-ish. I could put in a fairing. That actually might be a good idea. Yeah, let's do that. That'll keep those from making us do horrible things. We'll put them underneath that. So fairing ring base, custom fairing ring base. No, that's not as good. Okay, I don't see the difference. What does this do? Come on, adjust properly. They look pretty much the same to me. I've not played this mod before, but it does look rather interesting. So we can do a conic fairing. I think we can possibly do a conic fairing. If I could get them to connect, it is entirely possible I cannot. Maybe we should expand the base. Let's see, I think if we hold R. No, that just does that. Okay, how do I get these to connect? Maybe if I put the fairings on before we do anything else. Okay, yeah, almost had it. We just need to flip it the right way. Then do symmetry. Stop doing 4. I want 3. Oh, fine, do 4. Okay, I guess it does 4 now. I thought it only did 3. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Just as long as we can get this to actually connect. There we go. That is the most horrible fairing I've ever seen. but let's see, can I adjust this? Nope, it doesn't go any smaller. Okay, that's fine if that's how you want to play it. I can go with that. Let's launch and watch us die. Yep, definitely going to die. Since our thrust to weight is so high, we do not need to throttle up the liquid fuel on launch. We just need to not die on launch. In fact, we could separate these out. Let's see. Thrust to weight is 4. What if we added these and split them into stages? So we did... Actually, let's just do this in the vehicle assembly because it'll be easier. And we won't have to do it every single time. So we will take these, add another stage. The last one and the third one. Bottom. Those two. Actually, we want this to go down here. And we want the other thing to be in that stage. So this should be the same, but it isn't always. The last one, yep, it is the same this time. There we go. Now then we'll only fire the engines one at a time. Or two at a time. You know what I mean. Probably not, but I'm not making any sense. I'm going to die, and Jedediah is going to haunt me. If he can fit me into his busy schedule, because he does have a number of people to haunt. Right, SAS is on. Everything's ready. Go. We are going. We need to look at our... Where is it? Surface. It's not there. What if it's here? I don't see it. Do we not have that information yet? We are going way faster than we need to go. We are above the terminal velocity, which is what I was looking for. I thought that was here. Ascending surface. Terminal velocity is enabled, so why aren't you showing? We might require some kind of technology for that to happen. We need to start a gravity roll, and we're already facing the wrong way. But it's looking like we're going to go into a polar orbit then. So let's turn over a bit. I'm not sure how to do a proper gravity roll with Farm Aerospace, but I imagine I'm doing it wrong. Some will probably tell me how to do it right, because I sure as hell don't know. Let's see, yeah, we need to slow this down. Or probably angle ourselves a little bit more. Would be even better. Yeah, our apoapsis is already high enough, so we'll just wait for this to get... Speed this up for us to get there. Let's see how much thrust we actually need to circularize our orbit. That is not good. A little bit much there. Yeah, way too much there. A minute? Yeah, we need more than that. So, minute burn? That can't be right. But apparently it is, so we need to go ahead and start burning now. Actually, we will keep the inclination, but line it up over here. So that we can get on a proper polar orbit. Not that it really matters at this point, since we've already screwed up so much anyway. And we should be getting ready for this. I guess we have more thrust than we need. How much delta V does this stage have left? Should be enough to get us near orbit. Okay, we can adjust this over. What is our apses? Periapses. Or apses. Or apsi? I don't know. Okay, that is obviously not right. Then we will spin. Whoops, we're not going to spin. We will roll. That's what I meant to do. There we go. Isn't that just wonderful? And naturally, I've forgotten to do all kinds of science since I put that stuff inside of there. But we'll do some on the way down. We can only do... I will talk about that in a moment. You can see this is how much science you get from recovering it. Though to get the entire amount you need to recover 2. So we're going to do 2 at a time. And once we get up to our apoapsis, which is... what? Where are we? Oh, we're already plummeting to the Earth. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, I don't think this is going to work so well. What were these then? Review data. Upper atmosphere, okay. So this is not going to be the data that I thought I was going to get. Apparently I have screwed up yet again. But on the bright side, we are slowing down rather well. It's a good thing I don't have any kind of re-entry effects, because I would probably be dead now. I'm wondering which will give me more drag, this or the parachute. How fast are we going? Mach 2 passing it. Mach 1.5. Let's close that. See if we can find where our directional thingy is. It's having a hard time adjusting. Come on, you can do it. Space above it would be the best, I think. By flying at Kerbin. Okay, no. We can get that from just about anywhere. Okay, good. We can do that. Then that. I think we'll be fine now. So I'm going to have to take the fairing off if I want to do any research in the, or on the launch pad. Let's speed this up. Let's get rid of that. And have I done EVA over this? Let's see. EVA. Keep that data. Do a crew report. Keep that data. And anything else we can do. I think we can take another sample here. We can do the goo. So observe the goo. More observation of the goo. Though it looks like the atmosphere stuff was even better. Flying over the highlands. Take the data. Store experiments. Okay. Let go. Take a a surface sample, take an EVA report, overwrite it, but we can just take the surface sample. F. Come on, board. I think we can recover now. And let's see what happens. Dun dun dun! 25 more science, which is okay. It's not great. It's not 50 science, obviously. And it's not enough to get that. Also, obviously, what we can do, though, to probably be able to get that is just relaunch the same vessel without the fairings. So we can do this stuff on the ground. So let's launch this. What do we need? Less than 10, I think? I don't remember how much data we needed. Actually, what I should do is... yeah, let's get... I guess we'll do one thing at a time. Mystery goo. More mystery goo. Keep that. That's not great. Okay, we'll just recover this. Come on. Why won't you let me recover? I guess because it's wobbling so much. And 3.7 science, so we need 5 more science. What we can do is we'll take our vessel. We will save it as something. Fail orbiter. Let's get rid of everything else so that we can actually walk around. Quickly get as much science as humanly possible. More science. Just 5 more. EVA again. Take a surface sample, do an EVA report. That should be enough. We can store experiments. We can, in fact, take another surface sample and keep it on us. Recover ourselves for the, 9 science or 9-ish science. Done. Then go back to the vessel and recover that for another 4.7 science. Since a person in EVA counts as sort of their own vessel when they're walking around on the surface of Kerbal. Now then, we should have enough science to get more science, which is the entire point of this for now. What I eventually plan to do is set up sort of an extraterrestrial avionics research thing. That's kind of my long-term goals, is to have a major extraterrestrial avionics division and bases and everything on the planets that have atmospheres that you can fly in, which I think there are 3 or 4, depending on whether you want to count gas giant as something you can fly in or not. Fly and crash in, maybe? Skim through, possibly? So more science. Then we need to take this to get the solar panels next, or this to get the thermometer. And we'll probably consider this for better engines and stuff, which is only 20 science. So that would be a good thing to consider. This for getting higher into space and maybe not plummeting to the Earth. This for the reaction wheel, that antenna, some drone stuff. But I think we've probably already gone over time today. So, if you like, subscribe if you're not. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time we plummet to the Earth.